In practice, there are times when the label on one sheet is different from the label on another sheet. For example, the label on the trial balance sheet may be cash, while the label on the balance sheet may be cash and cash equivalents. In these kinds of situations, it is fairly common practice to retrieve the balance sheet value from the trial balance using a direct cell reference, such as B15. This type of direct cell reference is a huge problem for recurring use workbooks. For example, the value's location may change in a subsequent period, or the user may sort the data. Thus, we prefer lookup functions to direct cell references. When the two labels are the same, for example, cash and cash, there's no problem and everything works as expected. However, when the lookup label, for example, cash and cash equivalents, differs from the label stored in the lookup range, for example, cash, the function breaks. This chapter introduces the idea of maps, or mapping tables, which enable us to use lookup functions and conditional summing even when labels differ. We'll also discover that maps enable us to distribute a value in a source table to multiple reports stored in multiple sheets, even when the report uses a different label or term for the value. Indeed, the map becomes an important sheet for many recurring use workbooks. The map is simply a reference table that maps one label to another. Since we lay out the map in a table, it's easy to use Excel formulas to translate between the two different labels. This structure also makes it easy to aggregate many rows into a single report row. For example, mapping 3 trial balance accounts to a single balance sheet row. The mechanics are easy. We basically rely on our dear friend SUMIFS to pull the numbers from the data source to the map, and then from the map to the report.
This video is a production of Excel University.